so guys, basically today I'm going to go through my 5 top tips for starting YouTube and talking to camera. Number 1 is the absolute, it drains me. I can't watch people that do this, so I'm telling you now not to do this. Is when you are looking at yourself and not the viewers, not the audience. I'm looking right now at you guys and you can see that I'm looking at you. My eye contact, my view is with you. I'm not over there. I'm not talking to the camera like this, looking at me. I can see myself and I know that what my hands are doing, I know what my eyes are locked in, I know what I look like, but who am I talking to? So guys, I got a few tips for this. The first one is to not have a screen. Just look straight into the lens and go for it. If you're wide enough and you know that you can kind of vlog or kind of get all of you in, look straight into the lens. Number 2 would be, if you have a flip out screen like I do on this camera, is to set up the frame, set up how you like it, and then move the screen away, hide it right, put it back, turn it around, whatever. Just get rid of it so then you're not distracted by looking at yourself and you're looking straight into the camera here. If you're vlogging on a phone or something, you could do the same thing. So if this is the lens you're vlogging on today, look into this lens. A lot of people do front camera because then they can see themselves. I get that. Again, look at your lens and the front camera is up there. That's where you should be looking. Don't look at yourself. That's literally it. But that is the key for vlogging. It's not professional when you're talking on YouTube to an audience and you're looking over here, there. Or the worst one is above the lens, when they sometimes have it here like this and they think, oh yeah, I'm talking to the lens, but I'm actually not. I'm looking at myself on the screen above. That's better, isn't it? I'm looking at you now. Tip number 2 is lighting, and lighting is just as important as that tip number 1. So for my main key lighting in this scenario is this great big window behind me. I've got this 3-bay window and it's letting in all that wonderful light, and you can see how natural that light looks, and it looks fantastic, I've got to say. I'm looking at the screen and it looks brilliant. Okay, I'm locked on. Okay, I'm a little bit white. We can probably fix that. I'd probably go about there. There we go, more exposed now correctly. But the light's still coming in. We've got this wonderful light, everything's lit, I'm lit, I look good, the background looks good, there's depth because I'm so close to the window and I've got that kind of depth behind. This is kind of a small office, but because of the wide angle, it makes it look wider, it makes it look bigger, it makes the background look more depth. It's brilliant. If you don't have a window or you don't want a window or whatever, use a main key light. A lot of people use Aperture 120D Mark II. A lot of people use the Godox SL60W. There is a few other little brands out there and stuff people use. I tend to use LED lights when I light myself up. Any light source will be fine. I'm going to go on to an extension of this tip and say we get a modifier for this light. So with the window, I've got blinds potentially, so we could. And with my blinds, we've got kind of a bit of diffusion. So right there, you can see that that light is now a little bit softer. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. So they're my blinds. We've got a little bit of diffuser. We've kind of got like a little bit material, and then we've got a gap, so I can still see through my blinds. Soft light is great because then it's not so harsh on yourself, on your skin, on your subject. Bigger the softbox or the modification, softer the light, and a softer light is a lot more flattering. Number 3 is audio, and audio is key. Right now I'm using inbuilt camera microphone, which works so well. I'm so happy with it. I've tested it lots of times. I've got my volume. I can see I'm not peaking and I'm not too low, and I'm just kind of in the middle, and I know that I can edit this well in Final Cut Pro when I come to editing this video. This is more of a run and gun vlogging setup. If I was to do a more of a production, high line production, especially for my YouTube, I would be using Rode microphones, so I'd have a microphone probably placed in front of me, kind of about here on a boom stand, so that I can move that around and the camera can kind of stay where it is. I've got some examples here. I've got the Rode Video Mic Pro, I think it is. This is a little shotgun microphone. Doesn't have a battery, works well for vlogging. It's got a bit of a wind muffler here, so helps with the wind. I kind of find that the audio coming out of this, the microphone as well, I think it's brilliant, so I don't actually need to put this on. Sometimes I do, it depends what sort of production line or what video I'm doing. These are the new ones. There are new ones out. These are brilliant little things. We've got the Rode Video Mic Pro Go. The Rode Video Go, I think they are. They're awesome little wireless radio system. So that goes on me here like this, and that goes on the camera. Look at that. So really cool little set. You can use this as well, which I'll go on to with a lav mic. So you can put a lav mic on, clip that up here, run that through, clamp that onto your pants, and then you can put that on the camera and it'll talk to each other. That's really, really brilliant. The great thing about this one is you can use this on your phone as well. There's an adapter you can buy, which means you can plug this into, I think it goes into the Thunderbolt on an iPhone, or a mini USB, which can go onto an Android or other smartphone. We've got lapel mic in here. We've got a few little accessory wind muffs. They can go up here, help with the wind if you're talking outside. And then I've also got, I tend to use these for jobs, but they do work well. This is the TX650, and I've also got, I think, the 850 in here as well, which is kind of a bigger one. So these are kind of audio recorders, but again, you can leave these on the side and you can audio record to them and then sync it up in post. I don't tend to do that for YouTube as such, because then I have to then sync that up and it's more work. Whereas if I'm getting it straight into camera, then that's one step that I don't have to do. I think tip number 4 when doing YouTube content is knowing your camera settings, but also knowing what you're going to say. My camera settings right now, I'm shooting 4K 25 frames per second. I'm shooting 1/50th 3.2, just because this window is massive. Like I said earlier, I needed to be exposed a little bit better. I was a little bit overexposed earlier, and my ISO is 100. Point is now, look at me, I'm completely exposed. The other part of this step is knowing what you're going to say. So if you're talking about one subject, don't kind of let that go on to something else and something else and something else. You will lose people, you will lose the audience. Usually I write a script for my videos and stuff and go through the client with it and make sure that we're both happy with it before I start filming the videos. Tip number 5 is the most important tip of all. So if you've made it this far, congratulations, you're going to find out what the best tip is to starting YouTube and video content, and that is to just be yourself. A lot of people these days think they need to be someone else, or they need to talk in a certain way, or they need to be like their YouTuber, their favorite YouTuber rather, and be, I don't know, cool, or be kind of different to everyone else. And the thing is, I've been in this game for quite a while now, and when you're not yourself, people don't tend to follow, people don't tend to like, people think that this person's not real, or it comes across like that because you're not natural enough. I'm very natural right now. I've made lots of mistakes in this video, and I will probably put some of them in, and you'll probably be able to pick up on them and see there was one there, little blip that I could start that again, but I'm not going to, because that's personality. I'm only a human being. So just be yourself. Talking to the camera like it's another person it'll come in time. It's something that won't happen overnight. It took me kind of a while to just be able to just do this now. I feel a lot better on this camera, knowing that I can see myself and that I'm in frame and that I'm recording everything else on the side, like I said earlier. And then I can just blank that out and I'm talking to a camera, but I'm talking to you guys. I'm talking about content to you guys. So they are my 5 top tips. We've got eye contact into the lens, we've got lighting, we've got audio, we've got scripting and knowing what you're going to say and knowing your camera settings, and we've got be yourself. Thank you guys so much. If you like this video, hit the like button below. Don't forget to subscribe to be sure to keep up to date with all the other videos that I've got coming out, and I will see you all in the next video.